This is the BroDay pod.
Good evening. My name is Trent O'Day.
My name is Gabriel Zaya. Sorry.
And this is the BroDay #NoPlanB podcast. Tonight's top story. We are multiverse traveling pro wrestlers talking about things. Gabriel?
As you want.
Thank you, Gabriel.
All right.
Incredible insight in what can only be known. Yes? Are we getting something?
It's a live cross. You want to cross to me or live?
We've got news from the live. We've got a cross live. A live. Gabriel?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that she... Yes, hello. I'm live here at the scene of a recording of Season 2, Episode number 11. Season 2... Season 2. Episode 10 and or 11. Or 12. 11 of Season 2. The season with the theme. Someone tell me the theme. It's the Sting season.
It is the Sting season, Gabriel. Thank you. I'll take it from here. Gabriel?
Back to you in the studio. Over to me. Over to me.
Yes.
What can we do here? You want to plug? Here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sponsored episode.
Yes.
As is every episode. By the lovely people at Baked by Marie. If you're in Townsville, in the Townsville area, even if you're not, make your way there. Take a photo from a shop. Put it up on socials. You'll share it. We'll give you a, oh, that's nice. What will we say?
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. That's nice.
Make your way down to Baked by Marie, Gologly Lane in Rasmussen. 3 Michelin stars. We travel the multiverse. That means we know...
Michelins.
We know stars.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice. Back to you in the studio.
That's nice.
Too horny. That's overtly too horny.
Too horny.
Tag.
Nice. I don't know. I was going somewhere with the newscaster gimmick, but I just, for the life of me, forget what they talk about.
Well, that's...
All the time.
What's that? That defeats the purpose then. Because the news, the whole point of them is to give you information.
But I feel
and
like...
if you get everything they talk about, they're not that good.
Yeah, but I feel like when I watch the news...
Yeah.
And Rob Ruff from Channel 7 News...
Rob Ruff, the Rough Robber.
Yeah. Does he... Is that a Townsville thing or a Mackay thing? Is he local news?
I don't know him.
Alright, he's definitely a local...
Mackay.
Definitely a local Mackay thing.
I have no clue. Because
he was the guy that always read 7 News, I think.
Oh, okay.
7 Local News with Rob Ruff. And that was like... And I just... His voice... And
Rob Ruff here, reporting on a Rough Robber.
He was very much Anchorman to me.
Oh, cool.
But in no way funny or entertaining.
Oh, not cool.
So... I just felt like he always had stuff to talk about, though.
Because it was...
But I assumed he talked about the news.
That's like a relationship I think a lot of Australian families have with their newscaster at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the afternoon. Whoever it was that you grew up watching.
Rob Ruff.
Rob Ruff. They've got that close family connection to it for some reason. Not for some reason, because you see them every night.
Close connection with the weatherman, Livio Regano.
Yeah.
So he's... Okay, so you know who he is.
I know he is in Townsville. He's only a Townsville dude. In Melbourne, not spoiler, there's a bit of a
Yep.
backstage info for you. I'm from Melbourne. Down in Melbourne.
Have we never discussed that?
I don't think so.
That's disgusting.
We're discussing it now.
Yeah, good. Yep.
Down in Melbourne, it was Mike Larkin.
Michael Arkin or Mike Larkin?
Mike
Larkin. Yeah, okay.
Mike Larkin.
Michael Arkin.
No. Say it with me.
Michael Arkin.
No.
Yep.
No. Like a microphone. So...
Michael Rofone. Michael Rofone and Michael Arkin.
That's it. That was his cousin.
Michael Arkin.
No, his cousin was Michael Rofone.
Oh, yeah, Michael Yeah.
Yeah. He was in music.
What's Cracker Larkin?
That
was his dad.
That was his cousin. Yeah, his step cousin.
May you rest in peace.
Yeah. Old crackers.
Old crackers.
He went nuts towards the end.
Nice. Very good. I love that. Very good.
It was Mike Larkin, and he was our weatherman. But I think, like, in Townsville, Livio Regano, bro, he has 4 days of work a year.
Yeah. It's sunny again. Thanks, Livio.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
Cross Livio, it's a little bit less sunny.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, see you next month.
Day 3. Hey, Livia, what's the news? Oh, it's going to be wet for a couple weeks. All right.
Sweet. We'll see you in June.
Yep. Now time for a happy news story. A man survived a crocodile attack
Yeah.
by punching it in the eyeball and saved the dog or something.
Is it?
Who? Come on.
No, I think
Come on.
there was just another... There was another attack that happened just recently with
Of course there
crocodiles.
was. Every 3 months, bro.
It...
Every 3... Oh, look, I'm not going to spend any time on it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
When
yeah,
a man
go on.
dies of a crocodile attack every 3 months in North Queensland.
The floor is yours.
I look, everyone's entitled to their sexual proclivities.
Yep, good. Bob Catter, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, man. I'm just saying. 1,000 blossoms.
Did he get
can bloom.
re-elected?
I think so. Have you, bro? You gotta check out his TikTok content.
Is it good?
It's so good.
I think I've seen one
It's
of Bob
prime
Catter's TikTok
meme
content.
worthy. There's one. It's like it had. I think it was Baby Come Back. You know,
Yeah.
Baby
Come back. Yeah, and it was, yeah, I think I've
and
seen
he's
this one.
just doing random stereotypical quote unquote blokey Queenslander things.
Yep.
So he's like shoveling something and like I don't know.
Very
like,
North Queensland.
laying a brick. Wait,
Very North Queensland.
Not laying a brick, like as in on the toilet. Like
Oh,
physically
Putting
laying
one
a
down.
stone
Yep.
brick, something.
Yep.
And there was like 2 or 3 clips of him doing that. But the TikTok sound itself goes
Yep.
for like 4 seconds. And his clips went on for like 8. So
That's
the second half
amazing.
is just silence.
Oh, yes.
And it's those clips, bro. It's so good, man.
You can tell he does them himself as well.
It's so good.
Or, even more plausibly, he has an
His PA.
equally as
No.
old PA doing
that
the
does it.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Who kind of gets it,
Yeah.
but
Doesn't really.
doesn't really. But
Gets it,
Katta
uploads
gets it even
done.
less.
Yeah.
So then he sees it and goes, "Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Oh, look at how good we are on the TikToks."
It's really... I'm not going to spend any time on it. Well, Dan dies of a crocodile attack every 3 months.
Yes, he will.
But I reckon he's the type that when it plays, they'll show it to him and he'll be like, "Why isn't the rest of the song playing?" And they'll be like,
Yeah.
no, on everyone's app it plays properly. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he'd just
No,
go,
okay,
yeah, okay.
that's-
He would never question
That's
it.
how you get the young voters.
What are we talking
Is
about?
that a good Bob Catter?
Not
Not really. Look, man,
it's a 6.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's enough where people who know Bob Catter will be like, "Oh, he's trying to do Bob Catter."
Yeah, fair enough. You know his son's named Bob as well?
Bob Catter?
Yeah.
Bob Catter Jr.
Yeah. Robert as well.
Robert Catter.
Yeah. The kid's
What?
named Robert.
Jeez. Not very imaginative, is it?
No.
What are we talking about?
The thing.
Yep.
The news thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rob Ruff.
Rob Ruff.
Rob Ruff.
Rough Robber.
Did you know that if you want to check the tread on your tyres,
Yeah. Look at it.
you get a 20-cent coin
Yep.
and you put it in the tread of the tyre, and if the tread doesn't reach the platypus's bill,
Oh my god.
it's
Yep.
below the legal requirement.
But what if the platypus isn't paying for anything? How are you going to put it on his bill?
Very good. Very good, but also shut up. So that, I actually didn't know that. So if you get a 20-cent
alright.
coin, put it in the tread.
Yeah.
If
And
it doesn't
make it
if
the
it
bill-
doesn't make it to the bill of the platypus, like
Then-
standing upright, then you need new tires.
Yeah, right.
Didn't know that.
Oh, there you go.
You know that?
No, I had no clue.
Yeah. So I found a bunch of these
Ooh.
that I didn't know exist. Maybe I'd heard of them, but not really. And I'm sort
they-
of like, they're kind of like life hacks, but they're not like.
I reckon they'd be like tips and tricks in your 20s. The 20s tips and tricks.
Yeah, there you go.
Things you pick up over your 20s.
Trenny's 20s tips and tricks. There you go.
Really good.
Yeah, go on. Clip
Really
that and
good.
I'll use it later.
Love it. Well, if you wanted a boom, you could just go with the...
I think mine was better.
I think
I'm
yours
going to be
was
honest.
better?
Yeah, I'm going to go with mine was better.
And you know what? I'm going to isolate your boom and put it in as our boom.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Instead of this.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
That's gammon.
Mine was better.
Dare I say it? It's small
Gammon
and
cannot fight.
Cannot fight.
So I went and looked at like a bunch of like tips and tricks that I didn't know, or that was kind of like, oh, that's cool. And they're not like. So have you watched the 5-minute crafts videos?
Oh, bro, I get a minute in.
Bro,
if that, and I'm
but
like,
like-
see you later. Stuff is so dumb.
It's
Stuff
one
is
like
so dumb.
cut a Coke bottle in half and then shave down the sides and then remove the label, turn it into a funnel, and you're like, George, just buy a funnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
like,
just buy a funnel.
it'll be like a tin of paint, and it'll be like, oh, grab a coat hanger hook, get the wire, undo the wire, hook it around the sides, bring it, arch it all the way over.
Yeah, hook it back. Use the thing it has.
Use the lid. Use the holder.
It already has the holder thing. Like, they already come with that. The paint cans come with that. So these aren't, well, hopefully they're not gambling.
These are
like
actually
that.
useful.
I guess so. I found them useful when I read them.
Yeah, keen. Let's
All
go.
right. So you get a new, picture this, Gabriel.
Paint me a story. You're the painter man.
Your fresh carton of juice, pineapple juice.
For Dick Storm.
Fresh carton of pineapple juice.
Cute kids.
It is filled to the brim.
Yeah, it is bussin'.
It is boss. It is filled to the brim with juice.
Full as a good.
Yeah, full as a good with juice.
Yep.
And it's a tall carton. And you're working with a shorty.
Whoa.
A shorty glass.
Oh, no.
No, the shorty not about to throw it down. Like, you're working with a shorty glass.
Like, it's not a bad bitch
No.
that you see out in town. Like, it's not a shorty.
I'm sure we can.
Yeah, fine. Who cares?
So you're working with a shorty.
Yep.
And you got a big boss of juice. And
Big bussin' bottle of juice.
And that moment where you have to get from max tip
Yeah.
like
the meniscus is right there across the top of
and
the
then you
juice.
move it and it just goes
yeah.
Like that.
Or it'll slide right down the base of the
and you manage to get
down
that
the side of the bottle.
and then you start pouring it and then you've got and it does that.
That's good.
And it just everywhere and it's just chaos and it doesn't explode, right?
Yeah.
Get yourself a little safety pin or a little hookadaki wacky. A little bit of and just
that was the audible representation of a pin.
yeah, exactly. And you know exactly what you're gonna do with it. You know, you're gonna get your juice. All right, let me pay you
Do it like, don't pay me the picture. Give me it in words. A picture is 1,000 words. Give me the 1,000 words.
All right, sweet. Here we go. So ready? So you open the fridge.
Yeah.
Get the juice out. Mm-hmm. Shut the fridge. Walk over. Put the carton down. Open it.
Yep.
All right. And, oh no! I'll slide your glass over.
It's a boulder.
Sorry. I put the rock back.
Yeah.
Grab the glass. All right, and then you get your juice, and then as you're about to pour it, all right, no, put it back down.
Yep.
Safety pin. Give it a little.
Yep.
And then as you pour it,
Where do you?
just in the top of the carton somewhere. Top of the carton, right? Give it a straight in there, and then you tip it, and no explosion.
Wow.
Yeah.
So instead of it sort of like...
Yeah, because all the air is trying to get through.
Yeah.
You give it another, and the air flows freely, and it doesn't through the...
Instead, it's sort of...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Next one. One more. Again.
All right. So, did you know... batteries, to see if they're good or bad,
Okay.
drop them on a table from about the height of 6 inches.
Wait. The table's 6 inches?
Yes, drop a penis-sized table. A regular human penis-sized table.
Yeah.
Actually, no, 6 inches is decent. It's decent, bro. Bro, I get double mine. That's double mine on a warm day, bro.
6 inches, a table. So, what table is 6? What table is a halfway sub high?
Drop it from 6 inches onto the table.
Okay, yeah. So go to Subway,
Yep.
order half a foot long, put it on its
Stand
side,
it upside down
and tip
roll
it
a battery off it.
Yeah.
Or just estimate.
No, mine
Drop
was
it from about 6 inches. If they give like one small bounce
Yep.
and then kind of fall over,
Yep.
they're full. Like
As a
they're good
goog.
to go.
They're full as a goog.
Yeah, they are.
Goog-esque.
Yeah, they are buttering, bro.
Bussin'.
If they bounce around any more than that, the batteries are probably dead or on their way out.
Ah.
So if you ever want to test, if you you got your utensils drawer that just exists in every house,
Yeah.
and you're like, I need to.
The dog is breathing loudly.
Wait a minute.
And the dog is no longer breathing loudly. The dog is no longer breathing.
No.
The dog is breathing.
Oh my god!
I'm making a joke.
Yeah, you've got your utensils drawer that's filled with garbage and every
Filled
conceivable...
with what? Filled with what, you say?
Garbage.
Good.
Yeah.
And it's got all of your chargers and cords that you'll never use again, and a random red
Spatula.
to white AV cord.
Yeah, that
Aux
never
cord.
ever going to use.
Yeah, them.
Never going to use.
Right.
Yeah. The three-way. Yeah.
Three-way that.
The
So
red, white, and yellow.
yep. So pick a bunch of batteries out of there, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Just drop them from 6 inches and see what happens, and then you can use those ones.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I like
Another
that.
little thing that I had.
I like that. One more. Last one. Before you
We'll have two more,
Before you kill the
but I'll do it
dog.
really quickly.
All right.
Now, wrap a wet paper towel around your beverage and put it in the freezer. In about 15 minutes, it'll almost be completely ice cold.
15 minutes.
Yep.
Cool. And beverage.
So instead of... He's fine. He's alright. He's just a bit whingy.
Come on, mate.
A little bit whingy.
Yeah, he's not whinging anymore, is he?
He's alright, look.
Is he breathing?
Yeah.
I don't think he's breathing, bro.
Get the defibrillator.
Get the redog.
Get the dog fibrillator. The redogulator. He's okay. It's just you touch him and he's deaf and he whinges.
He's not moving, bro.
Shut up. Yes, he is. He is. Come here.
Sinbad?
Come here.
He's not
show him that you're whinging.
He's not moving.
Yeah, wrap it in wet paper towel.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
Chuck it in the freezer, and it makes
I'm
it.
joking.
It makes it cold.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and then lastly,
it.
so you don't cool. So you don't water down wine.
Yeah.
So you don't water down wine. Put grapes.
Dog. The dog is back with a breathing vengeance. You tried to stop me. Never. Nah, Sinbad, good dog, mate. You're a great dog, bud. This is great.
This is good content.
How'd you get?
Just let me out.
How'd you get?
How'd you get, buddy?
There you go.
Good stuff.
Run away easily. It's safe out here.
Amazing. Freeze grapes. Put them in your wine so you don't water it down when they get.
Oh. Cool.
This has been chaos from start to finish.
Freeze grapes. Freeze what, you say? Hey, Trent, you want to step into a universe?
Before we do that, the dog is deaf.
Wow, good thing you said "f" at the end.
Yeah.
And not
The dog is deaf. And he gets scared when he's not looking at you and you touch him. So that's what happened when you heard the dog screech before. I did not and have never, ever abused an animal. Tell him.
Oh, okay, yeah. I promise he has never abused an animal. Ever.
Thank you. See? Was that hard?
Check the comments. Check the comments. That's where I'll be.
You just said that.
Anyway.
You'd be terrible at hostage situations. I
so
feel
bad.
like.
Bro, I'm gone.
If you were ever taken hostage,
by ISIS, I'm gone. By whoever. ISIS.
what is going on in this podcast?
So we're on different wavelengths.
Just happened to me.
You nearly killed the dog, bro.
That's insane.
Okay.
I didn't mention anything to do with that.
You said hostage.
Yeah, so?
I'm taken hostage. Oh, sorry. Let's go to something whimsical. If I get taken by the Lollipop Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Magic Man from Lollipop Land. Hey, I'm taken by...
Could be whoever. Who cares?
A robber? No, let's be serious.
Yeah,
if
let's
anyone's
be-
taking me, it's ISIS. Come on,
That was
bro.
unreal how quick you dove on that. That's a grenade no one asked you to dive on.
Bro, yeah. I threw the grenade and I jumped on it.
That's amazing.
So yeah, if I was taken by
Anyone.
Yep. I'm folding instantly. By the way, the first line of questioning, I can't lie. If I'm caught in a lie,
You
right?
can.
I can't lie, bro. If the first line of questioning, I fold straight away. My cards get like revealed instantly. I'll go on the denial at the start, and then they're like, "But where were you on the Saturday? What were you at? Where were you on the Saturday? Oh no, I wasn't there. All right, what were you doing instead? I'm sweating bullets. It's so obvious. I'm like, I was on the moon.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, the moon people need me.
Yep.
And I'm off.
And you're off. Well, I mean, you're not, but...
I'm not. But yeah, that's what I mean. I am woeful. And that's I'm also the same in the way that like I can't hide my feelings a little bit. If like something comes up, my instant reaction is my instant reaction. Sometimes it's harsh.
yeah, that's...
Someone will be like, "Oh, what do you think about this name for a new company?" I've just got someone like they thought about it for weeks.
Yeah.
Like days and weeks to set up this new company. And they're
Yeah.
like, "What do you think about Aurora?" And I'm like, "That's crap."
Yeah, good.
Instantly. And they started crying. I was like,
Oh, this happened to you?
This did happen to
I
me.
hope they didn't listen to the podcast.
They better. Anyway, they better be listening to the podcast.
Do they know you've ragged on their idea?
Yeah.
And now you're ragging twice in front
Yes.
of more people.
Yeah. In front of plural people.
Yeah,
We
plural.
are well into the more
Plurals.
than two.
Plurals, yeah.
Yeah. I listened twice.
Yeah, good.
As I was
don't listen at
saying, do you want to step into a universe?
Sure.
Play this thing.
Should I swipe right? Should I ask her out? Is this a red flag? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Love Advice with Trent O'Day.
Let's do it. I forgot that it was like me.
Giving advice?
Yeah, I thought it was us for some reason.
No, bro. I'm asking you for advice.
All right, go for it.
All right. The big question.
Probably not.
No? Is that your answer to the question?
Look, my answer to most questions seem to be probably not, but then also maybe.
No, but probably yes. It's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably alright.
Shout out to a dead podcast. It's probably fine. It was so funny, and then they just stopped recording. We won't be like that.
No,
We have no plan B.
we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we stop.
We're not stopping.
Probably.
Never stop, never stopping.
Yeah, never stop, never stop.
Anyway,
what's the question?
The big question.
Okay.
Should you shit where you eat?
What? Excuse me? Oh, not... You mean metaphorically?
No. Yes,
Yeah.
obviously metaphorically. Metaphorically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not literally.
Romantically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't literally
In a
shit where you eat. That's
no,
bad.
No.
Act like... Oh, I can't complain. Okay, alright. No, let me attack this from a sensible point of view.
Play neutral.
Okay, play neutral. Should I shit where I eat? Should you shit where you eat?
Should I?
Should you shit where you eat?
Gabriel.
Define should.
What do you mean?
Like, should... for the betterment of who?
Both of our curiosities.
Look, to be honest, shitting where you eat is one of those things where you sort of have to be prepared for the absolute worst case scenario to unfold in front of you.
And have it happen
To you.
And there's no escape.
Yeah.
There's no way out.
Yeah, you have to have it...
There is a way out, but there's no way in avoidance.
Yeah. Like, shitting where you eat is essentially like... For those who don't know what we're talking about, like sleeping with somebody that you work with.
Yeah,
or dating somebody
dating
that you
a
work with.
coworker.
Yeah, dating a coworker, whatever, right? So, like, you have to be prepared for the absolute worst outcome of that scenario to occur, and you have to have the ability to recognize that on the bad end of the worst scenario could potentially be you. To the point where, like, you are ostracized from the workplace because of something that is... Like, you have to be aware of, like, the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst case scenario.
Yep.
That is a very real possibility when you start doing that. Because there is no out.
So as an we'll play hypothetical of what the worst of the worst could be.
Yep, sure.
Would be, say you guys break up.
Yep.
And it's a bad breakup.
Yep.
So then you have to go into the office all the time, and they're always there. There's
Yep.
that part.
Yep.
And then also, other co-workers,
Are mates with her.
quote unquote, pick a side, and the side they pick is their side.
Yep.
So then you're like, well, now the entire
Workplace is talking about you.
he's talking about me, and he's now almost turned against me.
Yep.
So that, in my mind, would be the worst of the worst of the worst, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that could happen? That could be worse than that?
Look, I'd say that's probably the rough end of it. Like, I'd say that's probably it.
Without going into work-specific details.
Yeah, without going into workplace-specific, industry-specific
yeah.
details. Yeah, that's the worst of the worst of the worst, right? And the fact that, like, you have to do it as your 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
All the time.
Yeah.
They're always there.
They're always there. They're always hating you. They're always talking to their friends, and like their friends are laughing at you, and like
because the build up.
If there's some workplace bullying, like not bullying, you know what I mean, like that workplace cattiness that happens when people pick sides and whatever, it all just turns into that. You've got to be prepared for that to happen to you.
And in the build up, things that like could have happened, your pattern becomes set of you go into work and you go and see them. You go into work, you go to their office. You go into work, you go to their office. And everyone's like, oh, you're always at their office.
Yep.
As an example.
Yep.
Then you stop, and then you stop going to that office. And everyone's like, oh, that's a bit off. Like, something's happened there.
And depending on how big the workplace is, if you've segmented yourself away from workers for a long period of time, and then you just rejoin the quote-unquote staff room vibe,
exactly.
People are going to be super like, well, A, we probably don't like you, and B, also, look at you trying to weasel in now. Like, you haven't spoken to us the whole time you've been working here because you've been dating her. Or him, or whoever. And now you're trying to weasel... Like, you've just got to be prepared for that. Does that mean you shouldn't? No. Some of the best relationships that I know of have come from people working together. And it doesn't seem to be an issue. Like, I've got people that I work with currently who have met on the job, who dated on the job, got married on the job, still work together currently, still spend time with each other away from and at their job. And they're not like... One of the biggest things like that happens when it comes to people dating at work is obviously you get the comments of, oh, I could never work with my significant other. Oh, you see them all day and you go home and they're there. Like, just give me a break from being around you. Okay, first of all, if that's how you feel about your partner, reassess your situation. And B, you don't have to hang out with them at work all the time. But if people want to do that, let them. And that's fine. And if they can get away with that, they can get away with that. So those relationships do work and they do happen. I don't have any issue with that happening. So when you're talking about should you, I don't know, do what you want. You're an adult. Make your own decision. Just be aware that on the off chance that the worst of the worst of the worst does happen, it could happen to you.
Exactly.
And you've got to be able to cope with that. So if you don't know yourself as a person and how you would cope mentally with that situation happening to you, don't do it. Because you don't know how you're going to react, and it could put you mentally in a really negative space. And the job, especially if it's your career, not just a job. Like if it is your career, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. If that turns into a source of frustration and negativity for you, it's a slippery slope down.
Exactly.
And you can't do that.
So I think the important thing seems to be aware of the bed that you are about to make.
Yeah.
And be willing to lie in it. That's essentially
Absolutely.
it. I think that's a good life rule.
Yeah,
just make sure you have all the information and then go, right.
There's no should or shouldn't when it comes to like a lot of dating things, unless it hurts yourself or somebody else and it's like a legal thing, right? Yeah. Other than that, like it's not like you should never date a co-worker. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's where people meet people now.
Yeah.
How do adults meet people anymore? Tinder?
I know.
It's so garbage.
Because
the thing.
It's so
garbage.
To try and meet people now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even a part of the dating game for that long in the modern century. And I found it...
You were back in the 1800s?
Yeah, back in the 1800s. So I'm so terrible at meeting people. And so, like, Where else are you meant to meet people? If you're not a sporty person and you don't go out that much, the only real place you're going to hang out is your job.
Work, yeah.
And sometimes you meet people on the job. Who cares?
Because it used to be school, right? Was
Yeah,
what it was.
that's where you met people.
Is where you met people at school, and that was your 9 to 5.
Yeah, that was where you were all the time.
Yeah, that's where you were all day. You're hanging out with people, talk.
And you broke up with people at school, and it didn't like ruin school for you. Well, for the most part, it didn't.
No.
It may have for some people, but like,
But at that point, they're kids.
yeah, you get over it. Your
Yeah.
first love's never your first love.
Emotional teenagers.
So,
Maybe your first love wasn't your first love.
yeah.
Mine was.
So, like, it's one of those things where
Grade 2. I'm there now.
stop that.
Miss
You're a grown
Sorry.
man. Oh, what? Didn't expect the twist.
No,
Loved
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's like a good horror film.
Huge.
Yeah. Should you shit where you eat? No. Yeah.
Do what you want.
Do what you want. Who cares?
you
No.
want to.
Yes. If you want to, do it.
Just be aware of the ramifications.
Yeah. At that point, like I say, you're an adult. At this point, you're an adult. Just do what you want. That's my advice.
Fair enough.
I don't know. What do you think? Before we take it, what do you think?
What do I think? As a general rule, I try and lean towards no.
Because
Ever so slightly towards the no side, but I guess it depends on the person and what they do and how they tend to handle relationships. If the relationship if the person feels like this could go somewhere long term, go for gold.
Yep.
If you feel like, this will just be a bit of a fling, I just want to have some fun, no,
Yeah, you know what?
don't do that.
Now that you've said that phrase out loud, yes. Yep. That has more,
Chance of going wrong.
that has a bigger chance of exploding in your own face.
Yeah.
And so, if you're willing to take that chance, you're an adult. Make your own decisions. Do whatever you want. Go for gold. You can do anything once. But yeah, that if I'm looking at a personal rule, if you think it's a long-term thing that could definitely have legs, go for it. Do whatever you want. But if it's just it's just a fling, I'm just gonna, you just hard up and you need some loving, go somewhere else. That's why Tinder was invented, I assume. Do that. Don't do it where it just has. I can just see it all going terribly. If it's a work thing and it's just a one-off, or you try and make it a one-off and then it goes all pear-shaped.
Because if anything, I don't know, it's more fun. So I've previously worked in an environment where it's female dominated, right?
Oh yeah, that's all I work in.
And there's been a lot of like that flirtatious energy. I like to just stay in that will they, won't they zone and just stay there and that's it.
That's good self-control.
That's fun because it's just at work.
Yeah.
It's just at work. Nothing's going to happen. We don't meet up after work.
You don't hang out for drinks or anything. It's not like a giant. It's not like a big party a week where you hang out with the work ladies. Yeah, fair enough.
None of that. It's like it's at work and there's that will they, won't they.
Yep.
Laughy giggle. It's just fun to get through 9 to 5 and away you go.
Yep.
No worries, no dramas, easy peasy. So yeah, that's where I stand.
Yep, 100%. I entirely agree with that. I don't think anyone would disagree with well, some people may disagree with it. I think many people would disagree with that line of thinking.
Yeah.
If you think it's long term, go for it. If it's a fling and you just hard up for some loving, best go somewhere else. Sweet.
Tag.
Hit the thing. Hit it.
Hit the thing.
Hit the thing.
The thing.
Hit the thing.
Where is it?
There it is. Do it. Do it.
And it is for the Wrestling Roundup. Seamless transition.
Yep. It's a short episode today.
Wrestling Roundup.
Incredibly short because it's incredibly late at night and we have stuff to do and 9 to 5s to work out and all that sort of jazz.
Sleep
so,
ahead. Preamble.
if you don't want to be here because you don't like wrestling or you don't want to learn anything about wrestling, thanks for listening. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been
Fun and great.
fun and great. My name's Trent O'Day. You can follow me at O'Day QWA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
My name's Gabriel Zaya, bro. You can follow me at The Real Gabe Bro on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you want to follow the whole damn tag team, it is at BroDay Tag Team on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and on YouTube. Give us a like, a comment, subscribe. If you've listened this far enough, if you watched this far enough, you obviously like us, and just stick around anyway. But give us a like and a share and a comment and a rate All right, don't be like top tier. All right, because I freaking hate the bloody people at top tier. All right, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get Tim. We're gonna get Toddy. We're gonna get Mitch. We're gonna get Facebook or no Facebook. Mitch, make a bloody Facebook. So yeah, wrestling around though.
I don't know what you're doing, man. I can't over the top of when you do that, so I just make noise.
All right, you do it. You do it the next.
I don't want to do it. I like doing the noise.
All right, fine.
All right, do you watch wrestling? Because God, I wish I'd watched more of it. Apparently WWE are canning the brand split again.
So there's going to be the one brand. To be fair, the roster is
thin. Yeah.
Thin AF.
The roster has been
culled.
Yeah. Skipping meals.
Yeah.
Thin.
Thin.
Yeah, this to me just seems like a regular
occurrence.
Thing.
What?
Where they go through this spate of the roster gets stale, so they beef it up and they break it apart. And they bring new titles in that fill Raw and SmackDown. And then, after a few good years of mucking that up, they then swap the titles to different brands. Like the Universal Championship was red and now it's blue.
And then more often than not, what they will do is they won't sort of do the brand split where they'll go half will go here and half will go there. They'll full swap everyone. So then you'll have, say for example, Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles on Raw. They'll both get drafted, and then you've got
Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles on SmackDown. Yeah. So they do a massive swap, and then that doesn't work, and everyone's still... It becomes bland as hell. And so they start unifying everything. It's a unificate. Oh my god. Both titles will be on the same brand.
You know what?
Doesn't matter that they travel in the same cars to the same venues all the time. Like, it's that, and then... The cycle repeats.
Yeah.
It gets bland as hell, everyone being on all shows at the same time. Then they have a brand split. Then we all have a draft, and it's all garbage, and it just does it. And
it's cyclical.
But for some reason, I don't remember.
Life, man, that's life. That's life. That's how it is, right? That's what happened. We've learned from history that we've never learned from history.
I don't know. Like, they're like, they're unifying the titles again. And I genuinely, like, first of all, I don't care that much anyway. WWE has lost me. Like, as a product, I don't care.
The Roman run needs The Rock now.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can stop him. Because he's eaten everyone alive. He's gone through everyone. You're like, cool, be the heel, be the big dog, be all of that, fine. Go for it. But it's built up to you're like, who's left?
There's no one left.
Who's left?
There's physically no one left. Like, he has beaten everybody.
And whoever gets it, it's going to be, like, the rub of the century.
Yeah.
You feel like it's only The Rock. Like, The Rock is the only one. Like, and it writes itself. And I think they were trying to shoehorn him into Mania.
Something. Yeah.
Where they sort of mentioned, there was that, it was a Raw episode, I think, where it was all about The Rock. And it was, like, his history or something like that. And then they advertised it. And then he just didn't show up. And the whole lead up in that episode was like, it's The Rock, here he comes. And then he just wasn't there.
That's crazy.
It was,
That's
it
wild.
was weird. They, like, tried to almost gypsy it, where they're like, no, if we just advertise, he'll turn up. We'll make him turn up. We'll make him turn up. And he just didn't.
That's wild. Surely that's not how that went. But even if it did, that's mental
It's wrestling.
That was, yeah, man.
It's wrestling, and that's got a sense of believability.
Yeah,
that
just
it
a little
could
bit,
happen that way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just...
See about Naomi and Sasha?
Oh my god.
One sec. Tag back in.
That was random.
Yeah. Technical
Difficulties.
Difficulties. That was wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Naomi and Sasha.
Naomi and Sasha. Who's right, who's wrong? Go.
Do you know the story?
Yep.
Tell me it. Like I've never heard it before.
Alright, so apparently... Naomi and Sasha are the current women's tag team champions.
Yep, they
Right?
were.
They
Are
were.
Still? Supposedly, so I know a bit bits and pieces from what I've heard.
Right,
This is
okay.
it's all
I didn't know if
stuff.
they... Yeah, I didn't know if they
dirt sheet stuff. So
still are, but they definitely were.
leading into a show, they got told supposedly that they got told some creative direction. Thank you. And they're like, this is what's going to happen. Where it was something along the lines.
They were getting fed to the champions.
Other way around. they were champions. They were being fed to singles wrestlers.
That's what I'm saying. They were being fed to... No, weren't they being fed to the SmackDown and Raw Women's Champions?
Oh, okay, sure.
Weren't they being fed to them?
So. Okay, then yeah.
They were the tag champions, and they were getting fed to those women.
And then they were like, no, we shouldn't be losing to them.
We're the tag team
tag
champions.
champs, blah, blah, blah. We shouldn't be. And it was a 6-man, apparently. Or a 6-person tag.
Yeah, but I think Sasha was eating the pin.
Yeah, she was eating the pin, and she was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. I'm not doing it. I'm out. And whether it was these parts of the details are
so this is all like hearsay
it's
from
all
us
hearsay.
as well. Like I've heard bits of it
during the show. She's like, "Nah, we're out." During the show,
it was during the show.
And
they were there.
There were other ones that people say, no, it was before the show that they left. And then other people were like, well, if she's been told this, at the time of the show, she would have been like, well, no, I don't believe. I don't believe this direction. I'm out. Like, maybe she was told at the time and she's gone, nah, we're out. So then WWE's like, well, actually, we're putting out a statement. Here it is. They didn't believe creative. They didn't think people were safe or anything like that. They painted Sasha and Naomi as bad guys. As no, they were unprofessional.
That I do remember.
And a lot of the dirt sheet writers, Sean Ross Sapp, who's the main one? What's his name? The guy from
Meltzer?
the 70s and 80s. Yep, thank you. Him as well. They were like, we got given statements from WWE. They never give out statements. We normally go to them asking, what do you have to say?
Happening, yeah.
What's happened? What do you have to say about this? WWE they took the first step forward and were like, here's a statement. And they fed it to everyone. And they're like, this is to try and...
That's crazy, eh?
To try and control the narrative.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah. So we don't know what's happened. And if they're going, nah, we don't want to do this, it might end up being like Mustafa Ali, where he's like, I don't want to wrestle and I believe in the creative. And he's gone, nah, I'm out for like 2 or 3 months. And they're like, well, we'll just freeze your contract. And you'll just have to still wrestle this 2 or 3 months after. Yeah. So if your contract was going to finish in January, and you're like, nah, I'm not wrestling for 2 months, like, well, now it actually finishes in March.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what they've got the power to do. So eventually, I reckon they'll just come back and go, right, we'll just bite the bullet, stick around until our contract's up, and then we are a sports car from Europe.
Audi.
Audi.
So what are your thoughts on talent challenging creative?
I back it. Go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Give extra opinions. And in the WWE, it's different.
No, I'm talking in general,
in
right?
General, I back it. Give your opinion, and then at the end of the day, the buck falls with the booker.
With the booker,
The booker / owner. If they go, look, we get it. Thank you for your information and telling us what you think.
But we're running it this way?
We now have all the information that we have to us. We're still going our way. And then as a worker, at that point, you've just got to suck it up and go, well, this is crap for me, but ho-hum, oh well, that's it. Like, you've just got to go rock up and do the job, and that's it.
Pretty much. I'm always for people having their own ideas and being creative and coming up with their own storylines and stuff. I've lost a little bit of faith in people booking their own storylines a little bit, because just the more I talk to people, the more it always turns into, and then I win the title. And I'm like, ugh, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. And that just becomes a little bit tedious, because everyone's always got like, yeah, I'll be in a program with you guys, and then like you'll drop the belts, and then we'll win the belts. And I'm like, okay, like sure, everyone's just in it for title reigns or whatever. So it does get a little tedious having those conversations, but I am all for people having their own opinions, and I am for people doing, like, having says and whatever. And I'm also a big believer in putting stock in everybody, right? And making everyone look as strong as possible. Like, if Naomi and Sasha were genuinely about to be fed to the women's singles champions
in a tag match,
they have every right to be upset.
Yep.
You are the best female tag team. They are 2 singles wrestlers.
Yeah.
They are not the same.
You should be better than them.
You should be better than them.
In a tag team.
You are tag team specialists.
Yeah.
In the same way that if a tag team got broken up into singles wrestlers,
they would lose.
Well, they should be okay with losing.
Yes.
Because you're not in your specialty match.
Exactly.
That's the way I've always felt about it. So I'm sure there was a workaround where Naomi and Sasha, if it was definitely a 6-man, could have lost that match and the random
The other
third
person, yeah.
should have eaten the pin.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, the weakest person in the 6-man ate the loss.
The one that wasn't in the team.
The one that isn't
wasn't
part of the team. Like, so I'm all for a little bit like that. And as long as bookers can sort of talk their way through and be like, yep, this is why we're doing this and da-da-da-da, you know, that just seems to happen. But just feeding people to the sake of people for one person's benefit or one or two people's benefit when it doesn't benefit the whole match, I think is wrong.
As long as your end story, whatever it is you're trying to get over, right, with that feud that they were running, as long as you get to where you need to get to, then that's it. And the steps you take are justified, then away you go. Then you should be fine. And I get that, like, people go, oh, what if this, what if that, what if rah rah rah, but at the end of the day, you're an
employee, you're a worker.
Exactly, you're paid. And the WWE have
they're paid.
They're paid. They are blessed to have weekly shows where they can further storylines easier. So if they've got that tag, the 6-man tag, the next week just have them in singles and have them lose. And go, sweet, Naomi versus Ronda. Ronda wins. Sasha versus
Charlotte.
Is it Charlotte?
Becky.
Is it Becky? I think it's Becky, yeah.
I think it's Becky.
Yeah, against Becky. Put a banger. Becky gets the win. Away you go. So then you establish, cool, these are tag teams, they're singles. Boss, thanks for coming.
There are
See
so
you
many
later.
different ways, there are so many different ways that you can protect everybody.
Yeah.
Without having notable people have to eat notable losses for no reason. Like, there's definitely ways that you can work losses into feuds that make sense. But if you're trying to put stock in everybody, like, just try and make sure everyone looks good coming out of it the whole time.
Man, I'm like, I've talked about this, like, off air to you anyway. Bro, wins and losses don't matter that much. They do, but if you're good enough...
No, they don't matter. No, they don't matter at all.
If you're good enough, then you're good enough. Bro,
Yeah.
I thought about this, right? My singles variant in QWA Townsville, right?
Sucks.
Leading up to Dominance now. Dominance 2022. Last victory in QWA Townsville was Dominance 2021.
That's crazy.
So Dominance 2020, I'm going to run through this now anyway. Dominance 2021 was July, right? That was the 4-way to win the middleweight title.
Yep.
Next one was Gabriel versus Asgard. Asgard got the win.
Yep.
That was August. In September, didn't wrestle. I was the 4th man in the 4v4 ladder match.
Yeah.
So that was the September show. In October was the 4v4. Lost that one. In November, didn't wrestle at all.
Yep.
In December was a tag team match. Gabe and Ultra Love versus Seth and Sam.
Lost that.
Ultra Love turned, lost that. January, there was no show. February, Gabriel versus Jason Storm. Which, by the way, sleeper. I am well proud of that match.
Yeah, good match.
Oh, I love... My favourite spot was the superplex spot.
Yeah, very
good.
good.
So much fun. But anyway, Gabe versus Stormzy. Stormzy got the win. Put me to sleep. That was February. March was Gabe versus Brownie.
Lost that.
No, it was
got thrown out. No, got thrown out.
It was to quote Ultra Love on the night, this is a no contest and
loses.
Gabriel loses.
Yeah.
Then after that was the 3v3.
Lost that.
That was in April.
Yep.
That was April. Yep. April lost that one. May we have no show. And June is Dominance.
There you go. They don't matter, man. They don't matter. It's
And
still
if you've been to a QWA Townsville show,
yeah, still over.
still huge.
Yeah, and that's just storytelling. It's easy that way.
And now that I've said that, people are going to remember. And I don't like that. I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have, but now you went on
I
the whole
shouldn't
thing.
have given a lot. But anyway,
Here we are.
that's the point. Wins and losses don't matter. Give your feedback. Bookers, take feedback on. But at the end of the day, if you disagree, just tell them, look, thanks, but no.
Yeah, and bookers, just put stock in everyone. Like,
And if you're restless,
please just try and make your wrestlers feel valued. Like, try and
that's huge. That's
just make your wrestlers feel valued.
Yeah.
Even if they're not the cleanest workers, or even if they're not the best guys.
You know what?
If they turn up to training,
if you feel valuable, that's the big one. I think you need that. It's man management, right?
Yeah.
You think Guardiola, think like soccer terms. Guardiola, Klopp, Wenger, Sir Alex Ferguson. They have that whole
more names people don't know.
These are big soccer managers. Big, I don't know. Craig Bellamy,
Yep,
maybe.
sure. Wayne Bennett.
There you go. That covers all the bases.
Yep.
have the arm around the shoulder. Look, you are the most important player on that pitch. You are the most important wrestler.
Or at least make them feel that way, 100%.
This is a tangent, and then we'll wrap up.
Yep.
A tangent. Martin Keown, one of Arsene Wenger's centre-backs, he was 3rd or 4th every year in line, like to be... he was never the starting centre-back. Mm-hmm. He never ever started. He was always 2nd, 3rd, 4th choice, right? Whenever he would play, he said this afterwards, he was like, yeah, Arsene Wenger, he'd get me aside, and he'd be like, Martin, I've got to tell you this right now. Right now, on that pitch, you are the most important player for us. You are the most important player. Don't discount how important you are for this team. You are the most important player out there. We win and lose on your back. Just know that, right? Like gassed him up, made him feel important, right? After he retired, they had like a reunion with the players and they talked to each other and they were like, he told you that? He told me the same thing.
Yeah, good.
Every week.
Very good. No, that's all right. That's man management, man.
Exactly. That's what you need as a booker,
Yep.
bookers, as owners, is make sure everyone feels valuable. I think that's huge. That's a really
People
big
feel
one.
valuable, they'll put on matches for you.
Yeah.
They'll do right.
And we hope you felt valuable listening to this. That you got some value out of it. You are valuable.
You listening right now, you're the most important listener we have.
Absolutely.
Our success of the podcast wins and rides on your back.
Bingo.
You're the most important one.
We are only successful because of you.
And you alone.
Yep, sure. And you alone. Yep. Put pressure on.
Done.
But yeah, if you have listened this far, you obviously enjoy it.
Yeah.
Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, a follow. If you want to follow the tag team, it is at BroDay Tag Team on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
If you'd like to follow me, I'm Trent O'Day, at O'Day QWA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
If you want to follow myself, I am at The Real Gabe Bro on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Other than that,
Love you.
we love you.
Bye.
Bye. Tag out.